Salute to the squad. We're back with another reaction. We got Anton Daniels talking to the panel and this Randy person who's his host. Oh, let's get to
It
it.
was good enough to open up your legs to. That's your husband.
What about if he
That
leaves?
thing was thumping. It wasn't that he was good enough. It was just
What if
I
she
was
say? What if she
ovulating,
say,
Dad.
Daddy, when I first met him, he was everything that he was supposed to be, but after I had this kid down the line, now all of a sudden he putting his hands on me. You gonna tell her to stay through that?
Look, I said this on my live stream recently and I'm gonna say it again. Men just don't up and start beating you. Let's get the obvious out the way. If a man puts hands on a woman, you a bitch ass dude. We don't need to go any further in that. They should put you under the jail. If your way of handling your business with women is to be physical with them and beat on them, that goes without saying. But no dude, you're not gonna be in a relationship with a man for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, then all of a sudden he just starts whooping your ass. If he's never put hands on you before in those 5, 10 years, men who beat on women just all of a sudden start doing. They have patterns of that. So again, that's a disingenuous comment, and it's also an extreme comment because women think in extremes.
Well, first
And
of
it's a
all,
lack
I
of
don't believe
accountability.
her because she went against what I taught her in the first place.
You don't believe her?
And that she should have got married before she carried. And if she got married before she carried, that means I would have been able to vet that man out too. So
Meanwhile, this
it's-
nigga.
it's
So
too-
what if she married him?
There's too many layers. And this is the reason why you need a community. A community is not there to raise your child. A community was there to help you vet through the bad decisions that you was gonna make before you had a child. So I don't believe in excuses. I believe in ownership and accountability. I don't believe in that shit.
But as a man,
So to answer your question, no. I don't think you deserve any better.
as a man,
Oh, shit.
As a man, I can say
And I love you.
As a man, I can say I made
I
mistakes.
rock with you.
Rico, what you saying?
As a man, I can say I made mistakes in my discernment, right? I wasn't always perfect in my discernment, nor do I expect anybody to be perfect in the discernment. And in fact, at pivotal times, you can actually be imperfect when you need it to be perfect the most. So when it comes to a man vetting, and I have a daughter myself, so when it comes to a man vetting the daughter's boyfriend or husband, whatever it may be, you don't know who that person will turn out to be 10 years down the line. There's a lot of people, first of all, a lot of these marriages don't fail until after a 7-year mark, right? So when they fail after the 7-year mark, they usually been together for some time before that. So if I just hypothetically say they had a decade in, the same person I am at 25 is not the same person I am at 35, right? And unfortunately, some men and women can go backwards.
That's a fact.
So with that being said, does she deserve love? In my opinion, is yes, she always deserves love.
Of course.
But at the same time, she needs to understand what she missed out, which allowed her to rob herself of having real love in a real relationship.
No, she deserved love from that dude who she married. That's where it stopped at.
But what if he don't give it?
Why y'all don't believe in breaking up?
No.
Why y'all don't believe in leaving bad
Listen,
situations?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when that's an option, you will always go to it.
Facts.
I got married knowing that I'd never not get married, that I'd never get divorced. So guess what? It ain't no choice but to work it out and see through it.
So 2K,
But when you got them options on the table, you tend to utilize.
2K in real life, I'm married too. Them options not on the table for me. But I'm telling you this, and it's the frivolous bullshit can't make me leave my husband. But I'm looking you in your face right now and tell you, if that man decided to start putting my head, knocking my head between the washer and the dryer, I might be out of there, bro.
And again, that's an extreme. If you've been married all this time, Randy, to your husband, how many times have he started hitting you? When did he start hitting you? How many years ago was that? How often did he hit you? If your answer to that question is 0, then what the hell are we talking about? This is women thinking in extremes, and it's also a lack of accountability. What I mean by that is they pick shit men. They pick shit men to have children with, and then later on down the line, they'll say in her scenario, oh, he hit me or he was a piece of shit. When they know he was a piece of shit from the beginning, when they know he had tendencies to beat women. But again, the beating a woman thing is an extreme part. Vast majority of domestic violence and relationships are mutual combat. You're not going to be in a relationship with a man for 5 years, then at your 4.5-year mark, he slaps you for the first time. Get out of here.
You love me, you a duck.
If I love you, I what?
He's saying you a thug it out, sounding crazy as hell.
Thug it, hell no, bro.
Hey, you need to get that defense up.
Because eight times out of 10, it ain't the man that's going through the domestic violence. Like, I'm not going to say women don't put their hands on men, but these men, they change.
No, y'all using extreme situations.
Absolutely.
That's not.
You gotta use
that happens so much more than what you think it do.
Extreme situations, like I said.
Hands on you, then it wasn't the first time before you had a kid.
Exactly.
It is true.
Facts.
All right,
Listen.
that's
It's
fair.
funny how y'all women.
And you see they shut up real quick because that's the truth.
Intuition only work when it's time to leave.
I told you my
Facts.
intuition never works. It's anxiety.
It never worked before you opened up your legs to him. So your intuition ain't work, and your vetting process ain't work, and none of that stuff worked until afterwards. Until you was ready.
To be fair, they do be ignoring red flags. I
You
give
know
that.
y'all ignore
I give
red
you that.
flags.
Okay, you won. What's your other question, Bookie?
All right. Is it necessary for dads to be physically present, or can we make it work some other way? So, can we keep the holiday spirit without everyone under the same roof?
That question that woman just asked is one of the reasons I had to react to this clip. And it annoys me, and here's why. Because I really wish there was a camera pointing to her when she asked this question so I could have her on blast on full screen. Even though it's not really about her, it's about the women in our society and how they think. The issue I have with this is that this woman just asked a question in public, out loud in front of a group of people. Is it mandatory for a man to help raise his child? Do you need a man there present to raise his child? And here's the question that I would pose to her and to anyone that's watching this video. What type of bullshit goddamn question is that?
Bang! Bang! It's good!
What type of bullshit, ignorant, stupid, retarded kind of question is that? It triggers me, man. I'm not gonna lie. It triggers me, and here's why it triggers me. Because society acts as if fathers are not needed. That's one. And then the second reason why it triggers me is that no man has ever got on anyone's internet and asked the question, do the child require a mother to raise them?
Bang! Bang! It's good!
You never hear men saying that children don't need women. It's always women saying children don't need men. And I'm not saying this woman is saying that, but for her to ask that question in a public forum and nobody is as shocked as I am, it's rooted in the fact that so many women think men are optional. Fathers are optional. And they all think that, especially if they have little boys, until that boy is a teenager, he's taller than her, and those whoopings she giving them ain't doing shit. Then they're blowing up the father's phone saying, come get your kid, come get your kid. Oh my God.
Is it necessary for dads to help raise their children, or can you do it alone? Look at my lips. No, you can't do it alone. That's why this world's so right now. We got emotional, sensitive ass, over the top ass dudes, and we got women who don't know how to be submissive wives. That's why we're so up now. No, we need dads and moms in the household.
Damn, I agree with Randy, man. What type of dumb question was that?
Period.
I agree.
That's the stupidest question.
What?
Cap.
Who the boost is saying you need to have two parents? What type of nigga is you? Oh, you come from a single.
Well, damn.
She said a weak one? Oh, shit. His girl up here with him. I hope you can fight. Lace him up. Okay, so what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think we need to have two-parent households, or can a woman figure it out on her
What type
own?
of question is that?
She definitely needs help. Definitely.
Yeah, like the examples that's come day in, day in and day out just by watching is something in itself. So it's easy to say, hey, you treat a man like this, this, and this. But if you ain't got no examples of it, then you can't do so. You ain't never seen it. My daddy was an episode of the Cosby's, so I thought that's how I was supposed to live life for a long time. But when I got out here, I had to learn the hard way. So yeah, he need to be in the house.
What about you, Anton? Do you think that that you can raise a child on your own without having your wife there?
Of course you could. Of course you could.
All right, well, now I got to tell you the truth, since you really want to get there. I think that's why the majority of these guys is gay.
Those views are 100% Anton Daniels,
No,
and none of us ran about it.
It's 100% me. I think that it's a lot of son husbands. Y'all selfish because now you're raising a son to be able to replace the man that you should have been with.
He not wrong about
So
that.
what happens is that man grows up, he'll never tell you, but he resent the fact that he has to replace the husband and be the man of the house early, which he never really understood what it took to be a man. So now he operates out of his emotions and his femininity, which then leads to homosexuality. The reality is that no.
I agree with him from the aspect of the son husbands, I don't believe that automatically equates into homosexuality. I think that equates to overly emotional men. And I mentioned that recently in one of my live streams. I don't think that when I say overly emotional, I'm not saying that men shouldn't have emotions and men shouldn't have feelings. No. What I'm saying is that men who are over emotional, who react to any impulse they have, that usually comes from men growing up without fathers who teach them how to manage their emotions. But men who are overly emotional are dangerous. They're dangerous, and they're dangerous because you never know how they're going to react to something. I agree with the rest of you saying, though. Just accept that part.
We got more men now that make emotional decisions versus logic.
Facts.
Every day.
If that man
And
turned gay, his
I
ass
see
been
a
gay.
lot of guys, it's a lot of guys out here that act like they mama. They
That's a
don't
fact.
act like they father.
I don't think it turns them to homosexuality, but
It
I do
does.
think that it makes them very emotional. I
Very
know a lot of
emotional.
dudes out
Very
here that
emotional.
crash out and don't know how to lead,
That's a
but be
fact.
upset as a woman won't submit to them.
You
How can I
cannot
submit
teach-
to you when you've never seen true leadership to know actually
Right,
how to
you ain't-
lead
you
a
ain't taking
woman?
care
Y'all keep
How can I submit to you when whenever something goes wrong with me and I try to express myself to you, you want to match energy and give me bitchness back? How can I submit to you when every time I try to talk to you about something new, it's you trying to just throw off, oh, well, you made me mad when you did this. Nigga, we can't grow and be together in that way. It's impossible. It's two feminine energies. And a lot of times what's going on with a lot of women we don't want to talk about, a lot of women energy going masculine because it's so much bitch assness out here that we have to be masculine.
Nope. Disagree with that.
Access denied.
Nope. And that's why I said the rare time I agree with Randy, because here she's going to go blaming weak men for women being masculine. Women, cut that shit. You're masculine because you're masculine. Your boyfriend doesn't make you masculine, even if he's feminine. Your job doesn't make you masculine. You're masculine because you're masculine. I just really hate that. I wish women would just own the fact that they're masculine without blaming exterior factors. No, you're the reason that you're masculine. Get some therapy, but stop blaming everyone else. And I don't like that from Randy because that lacks accountability tremendously.
Situations.
And that
You
time,
can't
you
say
already
y'all,
know.
baby, because I'm not a single parent raising no boys, baby. It's a woman and a man in my household with good ass energy raising on my boys, Bookie.
Come on.
Y'all
Yeah,
gonna listen to
Bookie.
Randy, and y'all gonna crash out.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is,
Y'all listen to Anton
it's
and
a
y'all
lot-
ain't gonna never get no
it's a-
pussy.
That's
all.
cool.
That's all she got to
We
say.
got Tesla robots coming. The fact of the
I
matter
heard
is,
it ain't got a coochie yet.
the fact of the matter is,
Shut
no
up.
woman can truly teach a man how to be a man.
Nope.
No matter
agree.
what
Absolute
you
fact.
say,
I agree.
no matter how you
I
frame
agree.
it,
I have my son 15, and
you cannot teach him how to be a man. You don't
Tuh.
even know what it. Cause see, the men have to suffer. They have to learn how to fail in controlled environments. You can't raise your daughters with the same mindset that you're raising your sons with.
Right.
And a lot of times they're raising them to be equal. They're not raising them to be men.
And with all due respect to Crystal, you raised your son to be the perfect man for you.
no, I didn't. That part you're wrong on.
Salute to Anton in the show. Like I said, Randy's a host. I don't really talk shit about other YouTubers. I think she's terrible at that job. That also gets the engagement up. Fathers are needed. Women cannot raise boys, just like men need their mothers to raise their daughters. But again, I just really hate that question with that woman posed because they told her the obvious answer. Of course you need men to raise a father. But the fact that a woman in 2025 has no problem asking that fundamentally idiotic question in public, in my mind, she should have felt a certain type of way after asking such a stupid question. But that's where we're at because that line of thinking is that men aren't necessary. They think men are accessories. I've never heard one male content creator say that you don't need mothers to raise children. Of course you do. We realize you need both parties, but a lot of women don't think that way. They think men are optional. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do better, squad. Ball out.